What's going on YouTube? It's been quite a while since my last update. I think it was right before the holidays. But either way, been kind of busy. The last time I think you saw this truck, we were right in the middle of fighting with a wonderful insurance company that likes to take pictures standing in front of a very famous statue in New York City. Let you guys figure that one out. But they pretty much were jerks through the entire process. Agent never returned phone calls, nothing to that effect. Still, they owe me roughly about $2,000 on the rebuild of it, but whatever, it's on the road, who cares. First off, you'll notice the push bar is new and the tassel hanging out the front. Of course, that's going to be for winch. It's for a little Badlands 12,000 pound winch. Before you guys blow it up and say that that's no good, it's not a Warren, blah 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 blah, I don't care. It is cheap, and no more than I'll use it, it will get the job done. Moving around the car to the other side here. Next thing you'll notice, it is new 35-inch mud claws. Not what I wanted. The guy had them in stock. The tires that were on it were flat spotted, so had to make a choice. Got these. Absolutely hate them. They're noisy, blah blah blah. So we'll be selling these shortly and going back to some BFG all-terrains. Next thing that is new seats. Those are out of a 2008 Dodge Ram 1500. I do not recommend putting these seats in there. They've got this weird little two-part bracket underneath. The first portion is the slider mechanism, and the second portion is a bracket that sits on top of that. It's too much of a headache to get everything lined up and working correctly. If I had it to do again, I wouldn't go with these seats. So they were cheap. Local salvage yard picked the entire thing up for 50 bucks. Little fold down armrest. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The interior, you might notice that door panel is painted. This door panel is painted, it just needs the top armrest. Needs a dash pad. Not really that worried about it right now, but headliner is in it, so it's starting to come together. Okay, then on the back of the truck, you'll notice, as someone pointed out on the last video, yes, I had my flip shackles installed backwards. Two reasons. One was I had read that one of the guys I follow on the K10 forums, he had flipped his around backwards, put 56-inch leaf springs on them. I could not find 56-inch leaf springs, so I went with the 54-inch leaf springs off of a mid-90s Tahoe. They actually work pretty well, softens up the ride quite a bit, makes it a lot more enjoyable and more easy to deal with off-roading. Alright, and towards the off-roading angle, we went with those, if you can see them, that is actually the sway bar disconnect from Off-Road Designs. Those guys make fantastic parts. They are awesome, and they work really well. So that's pretty much it on the additions. Now, we did have to make a couple of changes. Not so much to my liking, but I was driving home from a friend's a few weeks ago, and the transmission had been acting buggy since the wreck, and it finally let go. So it has a brand new 4L60E from GM installed in it, so it's running fine there. And I was fighting an issue. A couple of you guys, if you ever have this problem, the temperature gauge was, the computer's temperature gauge was reading 284 degrees. The dash gauge was reading correctly, but what causes that is it's a ground issue on the computer line going out to the thermostat. Well, or sorry, temperature gauge sending unit. But yeah, ended up having to get a new computer programmed. Mine had apparently had just gone bad. Whatever. Picked one up at a local salvage yard for 25 bucks. Shipped it down to Current Performance in Florida. They had it back within 4 days. Thing runs like a champ. So anyway, haven't done an update in quite some time, but stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.